Karate. Perfect. A TBZ on Bloody Ridge and a team kill to start off the day. Here we go into game 1 to determine who will be the third place finisher and win $50 and who will go home as fourth place with nothing. Now, it looks like we're going to get orange and brown, so I'm just going to ally Whistler so we can get yellow and red. Fantastic. So, Whistler will be the yellow Zerg in the top right corner, and Karate will be the red Terran in the bottom left corner. If you have not seen Karate play, if you did not watch the previous games of the Winners Tour, Karate is in fact a race picker. Normally he plays a ZVP, ZVT, and then he picks Terran against Zerg, so he plays TVZ. Much like Rhett used to do before he went to Korea and actually got pretty good at ZVZ. In any case, this is Bloody Ridge. As I said, I was gonna say this is one of the new maps. I think it's still a newer map, but I don't think it can be counted as new anymore because now they have like crazy maps like Monte Cristo and Beltway and all those crazy maps. But yeah, this is relatively new. And it looks like both players actually going for fairly early scouts. I don't know if this is just because it's a two-player map, but look at that. Karate, is that like a 9 or 10 scout? And it looks like a 9 scout from Whistler as well. I mean, the rush distance, though, is fairly long on this map, so it's not really conducive to cheeses. But both players going to be safe and be annoying with these scouting workers. Looks like Whistler's going to go for... Is that a 12 pool that he's setting up for? Oh my goodness, it is. Whistler going to go for a 12 pool. Not very common to see in ZVT, at least anymore. And he will be doing some annoying harassment here on the SCV. Looks like Karate going for an almost wall-in. He built the first depot by his command center, but he can certainly build another one here. I don't know if that's link tight, but it still helps. And is Whistler going to get a gas? Wow, so I think this is going to be a 2-hatch muta. I think the fastest you can get 6 mutalisks out is if you go for a 12 pool with gas. I'm not sure the exact timings, but you know, it's gonna be 2-hatch muta. I'm gonna call it. I'm calling it right now. Meanwhile, it looks like Karate getting a gas, going for his mech build. Now, in last week's semifinals, we saw him play against Eon Zerg. We saw him play against Eon Zerg. And obviously he lost. Eon Zerg is now playing in the finals against Scan. But we saw Karate actually go for this tech route, I believe, in all of his games. It was 4 games, and he went for his gas in all of them. I don't think he went for a standard like 1 Rax FE. Or I think he did go for 1 Rax FE in one of the games, but then he went for mech anyway. Which I thought was kind of questionable. It felt a little flimsy, but hey, he probably knows better than I am. So there's the lair. After the expansion. Sorry I didn't actually quite catch when this went down. But it will be a 2-hatch build. I'm almost 100% sure. Okay, that's interesting. He's making a factory here as part of the wall. That's quite cool. It's like one of those walls you see on Fighting Spirit where it's like super hard to wall with 2 depots. Or I don't know if it's super hard, but I never get it right. And we do have 1 link checking out the front and 1 link chasing around an SCV. It's very nice. Only making... I should run a little bit further from that Ling. Only making 2 Zerglings. Because, well, he doesn't need it. He saw the gas. He knows that there won't be any crazy early pressure from Karate. So just going to turn the larva into drones instead. Oh, looks like one guy went there too early. That's alright. Notice he also only transferred 2, now 3 drones. And left 1 per patch on his main. That's also a very good move. Because with a build like this, you're really starved for minerals. So you don't want to transfer too many. I think that's actually something like Savior really took advantage of back in his day. He would have like really specific transfer numbers because he knew exactly how many minerals he'd be losing and stuff. I remember Day9 talking about it at some point. I can't remember the specifics. I think it was something related to the 3-hatch muta that lets you get your third down faster or something like that. And it looks like the scouting SCV is finally going to go down, but I don't actually know if it saw the Spire. I think it did actually. I think it did. And Karate going for a 2-fact with an armory. This is very interesting. Is this... Well, no, it's not going to be like the 4GG craziness, because he is getting an armory. 4GG actually played a really, really amazing game against, I can't remember who the Zerg was, but he did 2-fact, but he did it like a TVP 2-fact, where he got like siege mode, and tanks and vultures, and actually, I don't think he actually got any Goliaths, and he just hit this sick timing, where the Zerg just had like a few Hydras out, and of course no Mutas. So he just ran him over. It was really, really interesting. Of course, 4GG is the timing attacker. Anyway, that's kind of irrelevant here. The Spire is almost done. And Engineering Bay is just going down, though. Because this is such a long map, he should be fine. Saving up Larva, very good. 6 Mutas, all gonna pop. Whistler has this build down. Once again, this match is for $50, third place. The winner of this best of 5 will go home with $50, and the loser goes home with nothing. So, definitely an important match. Oh, killing that scouting ling. I think that was a second ling, actually. I think he killed the first one a little while ago. I didn't comment on it. But here come the Mutalisks, and what do we have? We have 2 Goliaths out. I assume he's making a couple more, throwing down some very oddly placed turrets. Although his base is fairly nice and tight, so he should be able to cover that quite easily. And there's a third base now on the right side. That's actually a fairly quick third base, so Whistler not really going to commit too much to these Mutalisks. I'm actually surprised at how quick that was. He's probably going to forfeit a few mutas for that. Yeah, look at that. He actually made some Scourge, which are going to be completely useless. I don't know what build he was pinning Karate on. I mean, I don't... Why... Like, what one base builds? Like, one base Valkyrie? Really? I don't know. Although, in the Justin TV King of the Hill last weekend, we did see Whistler lose to Busy's impressive Valkyrie emergency defense. So, I don't know. Maybe he's a little bit traumatized. Who knows? He's got to be a little bit careful not to hit them on these floating buildings, so that would be quite silly. And oh my goodness, it looks like it's actually going to... Oh wait, no, never mind. I thought he kept building Marines, but no, the barracks is lifted. I was like, whoa, he's doing the Marine Goliath. No, I'm wrong. That's not what he's doing. And we do have some Hydras coming out. And oh, wow, did he actually not... I think he actually didn't make any more mutas. And I think that's actually a really good idea, because against mech, it's quite hard to make mutas cost effective. I mean, Goliath range is just ridiculous. Similar to siege tank range, actually. I mean, Terran mech is just imbalanced, so I mean, what are you gonna do? Oh, taking a bit of fire here. Is he gonna lose one? Oh, 14 HP left on that guy. I believe that is 2 Goliath shots, though. It's not 1 shot, since it is explosive damage and mutas are small. So here comes the push. Now, is Karate going to expand behind this, or is he just going to try and kill him? Because this push doesn't look that big. I mean, there are a decent number of mutas. Oh, he's going after the siege tank. I don't know if that's a good idea. I think you should save those mutas. Ugh. I didn't see how many lost there, but siege tank is barely in half health. Now, Whistler smartly camping this high ground here. He will get a few free shots off, and then he should retreat. Probably going to snipe a couple of Goliaths. Yep, snipes 1, and a second one. He should retreat now. 3 Hydras for 2 Goliaths. Oh no, losing a couple of extra Hydras there. So that actually I think was favorable for Karate, in fact. I wonder, are the Hydra upgrades finished yet? Because he has speed, but it's possible he didn't have range when that little skirmish happened. These 2 SCVs are actually quite interesting as well. And there goes the siege, and here comes the flank from Whistler. There's no units coming from the top side though, so it's not so much a flank, it's just an attack from the backside. A couple of reinforcement Hydras coming in. It's going to be really close. That's a lot of Hydras remaining. The siege tank should focus down the clumped Hydras. There he goes. He does target the clumped Hydras, but it looks like it's going to be a victory for Whistler. Wow, for a second there, I thought Karate was going to roll through. But no, Whistler just having barely enough units to hold it off. But wait, never mind. There are more Goliaths coming in. Whistler, I don't know if that third base actually was a good idea now. I mean, it's not being used at all. And oh no, Whistler hasn't fixed his rally point. So losing a free Hydra right there. It looks like he's throwing down another hatchery in his main. Somehow this was scouted. I didn't actually see when this was scouted, but Whistler, or rather Karate, definitely knows about it now. And Karate's actually gone up to 3 factories, and now he's expanding. Okay, so he's not going all in with this attack. He is building a command center, but I mean, Zerg has already got his 3 bases up, although this one isn't mining. So yeah, if Whistler can push these guys out and maybe get a few drones up here, he will be in great shape. We do have. That's not. I think he should retreat. Yeah, he's going home now. Because mech you really need a decent number. It's kind of one of those things where in small numbers or rather as the whoa, crazy lag here. As the size of the army gets larger, it gets like exponentially better. If that makes any sense. Kind of like the reverse of Zerglings. So like in small numbers, Zerglings are great against Marines, but in large numbers, Medic Marine just like completely tears through Lings. And I don't know what is going on right here. I really hope this isn't me. If it is, I apologize to the players, even though they can't see me. There's something weird on my screen. 1 second. I will just follow the Goliaths back while I clean my monitor. So, we have an SCV, checking out bottom right, with 4 HP. Cool. Now, if this actually goes into a longer game... Also, I'm a little bit curious about this... Oh no, actually, that's fine placement. Okay, I just wasn't 100% familiar with this map. There's no siege tank out, though. I hope he's making a siege tank, because that will be quite useful in the defense. Although in decent numbers, Goliaths actually are good against Hydras. But there we go. There's the siege tank. And what was I going to say? Oh, I hope this actually goes into a very long game. Because then against this mech style, we might see some nice queen usage. I mean, this might be a nice little teaser for the MSL finals that are happening tomorrow. A little spoiler alert. Well, if you don't know who's playing in the MSL finals tomorrow, you probably just are not interested in Brood War at all. So it's going to be Flash versus Zero, and of course Zero does have that very, very, very cool anti-mech style with mass queens. So who knows? Maybe Whistler will take a page out of his book and show something cool too. By the way, this positioning looks ugly. I can't really tell you why it's necessarily bad. I mean, it's not very making efficient use of space, obviously, but it is certainly ugly. Looks like an overlord sacrificing himself there, and some random Hydras going up here. Whistler just chilling here. By the way, I do like these Hydras positioned here to defend against any kind of vultures. And looks like Whistler is content to stay on lair tech, as is absolutely fine when you're playing against mech. Just gotta throw down a ton of hatcheries, throw down a ton of units. Oh, it looks like he's gonna rearrange a little bit. Okay, he also has 2 machine shops now. I'm wondering why he landed this and is not scouting with it. Oh, it's because he actually lost the barracks floating in the middle. I did not point that out, but it did get taken out by Hydra, so he had to rebuild that. Slightly annoying. Excuse me 1 second. So, as I said, I am in fact a little bit sick right now. I'm on the verge of a major sickness. Like, I can feel it in my bones that tomorrow I'm just going to be dead. Oh, Whistler calls for a PP. Perfect! Now I can tell my story. So, I am a little bit sick. At work today, I was just like, oh my god, I want to go home. I just feel so crappy. So yeah, I mean, and then I was originally thinking, I was like, oh man, can I do the cast today? I was just like feeling so tired. I was like, I want to go to bed. And then I thought, what would Reach do? And here I am. Also, I saw someone asking about replays. Yes, the finals between Scan and Neon Zerg will be casted from replays after this. It is actually being played right now. So once I'm done with this cast, I will do the replay.